What's up, guys? Welcome to another Maker Monday. All right, we're starting another week off good. All right, on this Maker Monday, what we're going to be looking at today is last time, not really last week, we kind of missed last week, but it's because I've been actually working really hard on this, trying to get all these features and what to work for the Arduino. We're going to be checking out how to actually burn the bootloader, actually burn it down, as well as how to upload a sketch to your own Atmega 328P processor, basically, and on a breadboard. So that way you don't have to actually have the Arduino platform. You don't have to have that form factor. You can just burn the chip with the bootloader, slap it into your own design, whether that be on a breadboard or in your own designed circuit, or even a little perf board design that you've put together. Either way, you need to be able to upload your sketches to it. So we're going to review all of that here on Maker Monday. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. And what I've got is I've got some stuff on the bench, and I'm going to show you guys how to go through it. So first off, we'll show a schematic, so that way you can see how I'm connecting it up on the breadboard. And then we'll also go through how to plug it into that breadboard, or that programmer shield that we made in the previous Maker Monday that we did. We made that proto shield. Here it is. So we're going to snap our stuff into that, and we're going to get to it. So I'm going to move the camera, and we'll get to the bench, and we'll get that all taken care of. Okay, guys, so here we are at the bench. We've got our microcontroller, and I've also got one of these. You can get these pretty cheaply. I got some from Amazon. There was like a whole bunch of them, but it's a 16 megahertz clock. In this video, I'm going to be doing a demo with doing an external oscillator. There is an option that I'll show you here in a minute to do the 8 megahertz internal oscillator. I have not really messed with that just yet. I've just done the external 16 megahertz crystal because I had one laying around. So, or had quite a few laying around, believe it or not. So I'm doing the 16 megahertz, but you can do this with the internal oscillator. However, the internal oscillator is not as precise. So if you have a project that you're going to be doing some precise timing with, you may not want to use the internal oscillator. You might want to use a 16 megahertz precision crystal to keep track of your timing. That way you know your timing is going to be dead on. So what we do to install this, if you, like I said, if you watch that one of my previous Maker Monday videos, you'll see how to make one of these, which is the little Arduino shield. So I've got an Arduino Leonardo. We're going to be putting the chip in, so I just throw it in on pin 1. Now, I didn't solder the 16 megahertz clock on because just in case I wanted to do 8 megahertz internal oscillator, I didn't solder it on. So it's pins 9 and 10 is what it's going to be. So we go from pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's going to be these pins right here. So I just insert the oscillator along with the pins and then clamp it all down, and that works just as fine. You just scoot the chip to one side and put it in the ZIF along with it. So now we're going to go ahead and burn the bootloader. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up the PC, and we'll shrink this down, and we'll have the PC going at the same time as this, and you can see the whole process being done. Okay, guys, so here is the software section of this here. So we're on the computer. So first thing we need to do is burn the bootloader. Sorry, I had to mute for just a second. Had a cough. Okay, so we have to burn the bootloader. So now first thing we have to do is we have to upload the bootloading software to our Arduino. Now this is going to be for the Arduino Leonardo, okay? The Arduino Uno is different, and you can just Google it. It's all out there on the web, so just Google which platform you're going to be programming with or burning the bootloader with, and there's stuff out there to tell you exactly how to do it with the other platforms. But this one is with the Leonardo because I have a Leonardo, okay? So first things first, what we need to do is we need to go to our examples. We need to go down to Arduino ISP. So this is what we're going to be configuring. Okay, this is where we're putting this on the chip, or on the Leonardo. Okay, so what we need to do also is I'm using this little section here. I'm using the old style wiring. Okay, so basically what it is it's I'm going to look it up here real quick so I can show you guys what it's going to look like when you hook it up. if I can find the right place. I'm doing this on my other screen. Okay, so basically there is this way of hooking it up. There's also this ICSP header that's on there. Okay, so the ICSP header is what that Arduino ISP software is designed for. You can connect this up. There's other tutorials on Arduino's website that shows you how to connect this up. I'm going to do this legacy way of using pins 10, 11, and 12 for the data and the send, receive, and clock and all that stuff. I'm going to use that. So if you're going to hook it up this way, this old way of doing it, where pin 10 is the mem clear, and then 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever is the others. So what you're going to do is you need to let the software know that you're going to do that. So that's where this define use old style wiring, that's where that comes in. You want to take and comment that out, okay? Uncomment that out, excuse me, and then it will use that old way of doing it where it'll use the digital pins for writing that instead of that ICSP header. So that's all you need to do with that. We need to go up here and choose our Arduino Leonardo board. We need to also choose which port it's on, COM1. We also want Arduino ISP chosen and upload. So I've got it all connected up, so we should compile a sketch and it should upload it. So let's watch that happen down here. So this should do its thing. All right, I heard it zipping around. So okay, so now that's programmed onto there. So good. Now we got to move to the second section of all of this. Now the next thing that we're going to have to do is we have to download the right programmer files. So what you do is, and I'll put these links in the description, is you go to this place where it tells you how to burn it. You're going to come down here where it says Breadboard 1-6. Now I'm using the Arduino software 1-6, so you'll choose, but you choose whichever Breadboard zip file is for your Arduino software. Since I'm using 1.612, I'm going to get the 1.1-6. Okay, so that's what you want to do. Once you download that, you're going to go to your documents. Okay, so you go to your documents, you're going to go to Arduino, and then you're going to go to hardware, and you're going to extract that file in this hardware folder, and you'll get this folder, this breadboard folder. What that will have in it is that will have the board definition inside of it for the Atmega 8 megahertz if you want to do the 8 megahertz. Now, if you don't want to do the 8 megahertz, what I'm going to do is we're just going to use the Arduino Uno selection up here. But if you want to do the 8 megahertz, that's how you put the 8 megahertz on there. So I figured I'd let you guys know that. You have to download this file and get that in there. If you're doing the 16 megahertz external crystal oscillator like I'm doing it, don't worry about it. You should be fine. So we should be fine with the way that we're doing it now. So first things first, we need to go up to Tools. We need to switch it up and say we want an Uno. Okay. We also want to go down here and change the programmer up. Now, for me, since I'm using a Leonardo, I had to create this special Leonardo one because the speed, the port speed is different for the Leonardo. It won't program right if you don't have the right port speed. Now, where you change that at is you're going to go to your, wherever you've installed your Arduino software, into your program files. Then you're going to find your Arduino. Then you go into hardware. You go into Arduino, AVR, and then it's going to be under programmers. Okay, and under programmers, you're going to put in this section right here. I hope you guys can see that. I may take it. I'll put this file out there on the share. Put the link in the description so you guys can download this file if you need it. But that way, it basically sets it to the 19.2 is what it's going to set it to. And then everything should work greatly. Whenever you install files like this, even when you extract that file in the other deal, you'll have to close and reopen your Arduino software IDE here. So that way it'll load that file back in when it starts back up. So since I've already had it in there, it's already loaded. It's one of my programmers. So we're going to choose Leonardo. We got the Uno or whatever chosen. The Arduino Genuino. Uno, whatever. So it's on COM1 and all that stuff. So now all we choose is burn the bootloader. So it should go through, yada, 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 and thank you so much, we're done. So that's all it takes to burn the bootloader. Super simple. You know, you saw me just in the past shot, I wired it up. So that's all it takes to burn the bootloader. So now the next thing is we're going to wire it up on a breadboard, and we're just going to do the simple blink program. So let's move over to the bench, and we'll check it out there. Okay guys, so now we've got our chip programmed, so now we can release it from our board, okay? And what I have over here is, I mean, I know it's a complete rat's nest, but I've got this all hooked up on a breadboard. I'll flash a schematic up real quick so you know how to, this is a breakout board. You can get these from SparkFun Electronics. You can get them off Amazon. You can get them anywhere. But they're an FTDI USB to serial breakout chip. Now make sure that the chip has the DTR out on it. It can't, if it just has receive and transmit and like clear to send the CTS signal, it will not work properly. You need the DTR. Okay, so the DTR is how it toggles the memory clear bit to reset the chip. It toggles the reset, and when the reset happens, that's when it programs it, okay, with your sketch, when you want to upload a sketch to it, okay? So, very important, make sure that when you put this on there, that you have one that has the DTR, okay? So we're going to go ahead and snap this in. Hopefully I get it in the right spot. I'm having to do this from afar. There we go. I believe it is. I'm going to take it off and look at it. Yeah, I got it in the right spot because you don't want to fry anything. So we've got that. So now I'm going to hook up my USB cable, okay, which should power this up since it's all 5 volt. We should power this puppy up. Okay, good. So I believe I didn't see any smoke, so we should be good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink this down, and we're going to look at how to program it. And it looks like I've already programmed it with a blink program. So what we'll do is we'll speed up this blinking, and that way you can see that it works. I don't know. Can you guys see that blinking? I don't know if I can. Yeah, you can see it blinking. All right, right on. So I'm going to speed up that blinking is what we'll do in the program. So let's shrink this down, and we'll check it out. Okay guys, so now we got that all nice and shrank down. I'm going to go ahead and open up our sketchbook, examples, basics. I'm going to do a blinky blink, or actually I'll open up my recent one, my recent blinky. Okay, so this is what I got programmed. So I've got it set up for LED pin 7, which is that basically pin 13 on the Arduino chip. So we got that set up. Now what I'm going to do, like I said, so we can see it change, I'm going to set it to, let's say instead of 1,000 milliseconds, we'll set it to 500. And that way it'll basically fast blink on us, okay? So we're going to set that to 500, and now I'm going to go ahead and upload it. Now to upload it, what we're going to do is we're going to leave it on the Uno. We're going to change gears. We're going to shift gears to Arduino ISP. And then we're also going to change the port to now COM7 is what our FTDI chip is. So there we go. We got our Arduino Uno on COM7. So now we're going to go ahead and upload this. So here we go. So it's going to compile the sketch, and then it should write it through our FTDI chip to the actual board. So there we go. Uploading, and uploading done. And as you can see, it's sped up. It's sped up quite a bit. So now instead of that slow 1 second blink, it's blinking fairly quickly. Okay, so let's go back and we'll wrap it all up. Okay guys, well I hope you enjoyed this little short segue into what's going to be coming. I've got a Halloween special on the way for you all, so we'll be checking that out, and it's going to be using all of this that we've been going over here in these Maker Mondays, except it's going to be a little bit longer video as we normally do on a full tutorial on how to build a prop basically that you can use for Halloween. So thanks guys, stay tuned for that. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Make sure and follow me on Twitter because I do tweet out different things, what I'm doing as much as I possibly can. I'm not a huge Twitterer or whatever they call that, but I do let people know with updates and things like that. So follow me on Twitter. Check me out on Instructables. I'll probably be entering this one on in Instructables as well as other things. Like I do other random things and I'll put up on Instructables. Like there's some homebrew stuff I think that I do that I put up on Instructables. It's not really for this channel. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start doing some other how-to videos and throwing them on Instructables that maybe aren't exactly the material here, the electronic stuff. It might be other things that I'll probably throw on Instructables, start beefing that up. So check me out there. And with that, guys, I think we're out of time, and that ought to do it. We'll see you next time. Take care.